Today, I kind of just wanted to talk about the Bluesbreaker, one of my favorite style overdrives. For years, I've been using a Bluesbreaker style overdrive in my modelers. I've used everything from Quad Cortex to Axe-Fx. In every modeler, I always tend to gravitate towards a Bluesbreaker for my rhythm tone. So not so much for my lead tone, but specifically for like that overdriven rhythm. And now, thanks to Origin FX, I have a real one. I have a real, a physical overdrive. This is their version of a Bluesbreaker. It has some really cool features. So in this video, I wanted to talk about why I love the Bluesbreaker, why I use it in all my modelers, and then also kind of show how I use a Bluesbreaker outside of blues. I'm also going to show how I use a Bluesbreaker with a super modern guitar, this guitar specifically, my Abasi 8-string, and kind of how it sounds and how I make it work for myself. So the first guitar that I'm going to be playing through is my iconic Solana Strat style guitar, obviously. And I'm using Lawler pickups. So I'm doing HHS style, so single humbucker. So for all the tones, I'm going to play first clean, and then I'm going to add the Origin FX Halcyon Blue overdrive, the Bluesbreaker. So the first amp that I'm going to play through is a model of a Fender Super Reverb. It's kind of like a twin reverb, but with 4 speakers, insanely heavy to carry around in real life. Here's my, my clean tone. So I'm going to use the split position with the neck and middle pickup to kind of really emphasize that stratty thing. And now if I turn on the overdrive. Yeah, it sounds really great. It kind of just sounds like the amp, but pushed more. I mean, notoriously, Fender amps have tons of headroom, so unless you're really cranking them, it's kind of hard to get an overdriven sound. So having something like a Bluesbreaker, it just sounds like the amp, but overdriven. It sounds like you're pushing the amp, which is something that I really, really like, and it's much different than the sound of like a tube screamer. A tube screamer to me sounds like a pedal. It doesn't sound like more of the amp. It sounds like a new guitar tone, which is great, especially if you want to play like guitar leads and like really stand out in a mix, or you want to shape your guitar tone in a specific way. When something like a Bluesbreaker, it kind of keeps the characteristics of your guitar and of the amp, but now it's just overdriven. Cool, so now I'm gonna grab my next guitar. If you're interested in learning about how I approach guitar or the fretboard, scales, or kind of just any concept, you can join my channel membership. So I've started a series for my members channel that's just me talking about guitar topics that I'm interested in. So I recently did one on expanding on superpositions. I did one on parallel modes. And then the third one that I just released is on the 212 concept. These are going to be released weekly. And so if you're into that kind of thing, you want to learn more about guitar or how I approach playing guitar, consider joining the channel membership. So this guitar that I'm now using is my Abasi Space T, which is based on like a Telecaster style guitar, but with the Abasi shape. These guitar pickups are the Greg Koch Fishman pickups. So these are active pickups that are kind of voiced to sound passive. They sound amazing, in my opinion, and they're like completely noiseless. So the amp that I'm going to be using for this tone is one of my favorites, the Matchless DC30. This is going to be channel 2, so the amp is already going to be slightly overdriven. So if I play the guitar tone, it's already got some grit. So I kind of want to show how when an amp is already kind of breaking up, adding a blues breaker kind of helps you shape the tone, and it also just, again, pushes it further. So if you want like to go from a little bit overdriven to more overdriven, this is kind of the first pedal that I reach for. I'm keeping all the settings on the pedal the same throughout all these amps. So really the difference is just between on and off. Here's the guitar. And then with the Halcyon Blue. And then with it off. Yeah, so I love this type of rhythm guitar tone, especially for big chords, like if you're doing all of that stuff sounds great with the blues breaker. So the last tone that I wanted to show you is something that you kind of don't really see too often, at least not on YouTube. Using a blues breaker with like an H-string guitar, an H-string extremely modern guitar. This is my Abasi Larada. These are active pickups. They're the Tosin Abasi signature Fishmans. And I'm using a model of a Friedman amp. Just by itself, it's gonna have a little bit of gain already with just the head. So this is with the Halcyon Blue turned off. And now with it turned on. And then now with like some more guitar picking, I'm gonna pick kind of hard, and this is just what it sounds like. So without the pedal. Okay, and then with the blues breaker, the Halcyon Blue. And then if I go to the bridge pickup, this is with it turned off. With it turned on. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let me know if you use a Bluesbreaker in your like modern guitar setup. I'm kind of interested in how many people are doing this. I feel like I don't see it super often in like modern prog setups. You do see it a lot in like the worship music scene and the blues scene, but I found it extremely useful in recording all this modern, more modern stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.